Hi, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Tonight is Seek and You Will Find. This is where you can ask me a question and I'm going to give you an answer in the form of a healing. So you can ask me whatever question you want, and if you want it to be anonymous, you can ask me by texting me. My text number is 702-245-2099, and I'm going to put it in the chat bar here. I didn't do that earlier. Sorry about that. Oops. I have to put it in the right place. All right, there we go. So there's the phone number if you want to text. I have a few questions that have already come in that I'll be working on. And I think I would like to set the energy with a prayer before we start, okay? As we cleanse and heal the temple of the soul, may it be with the blessing of divinity, that it shine its countenance upon us and bring us peace in body, mind, and spirit. Amen. All right. My first question, let's see. I have a younger brother who passed last month, December 10th. He was the baby of the family at only 57 years old. He had a fatal motorcycle accident. He was on his own. No one caused it. He hit a fire hydrant, flew off, then hit a lamppost. Unfortunately, he was not wearing a helmet. He had an unusual life. He was a free spirit. Everyone loved him. He was funny and very charismatic and handsome with dimples. He had not had a steady job for decades, yet he had everything he needed. He turned his life around when my daughter asked to leave my father's house so I could move in. He got a job, new apartment, made new friends, connected with his daughter and grandchildren, was doing well. Can you please check in with him? Because I keep thinking of him. I know he's okay in my heart and on his next adventure, but I keep thinking of him. All right, yes, I will. And I really love that request because what I'm also going to do is a healing for everyone on loss. So thank you for that request. I'm going to start by just saying hello to your brother and giving him a next step healing and seeing how he's doing. He misses everyone, is what I see. No, he actually was ready to take his next step. And he had accomplished what he had wanted to accomplish. Even though he had these things that he was going to do as a being, he'd completed what he wanted to do through this particular body. So he actually was taking his next step consciously. That doesn't mean he consciously ran his motorcycle into the hydrant, but it's a decision that he had made as a spirit. I'm giving him a next step healing. And one of the things I'm doing is there are lines of energy going from this individual to all the different members of the family, and they're called cords. And there are many, many, many cords there that all go to him. I'm going to ask him if he's ready to have those removed so that he can take his next step. He actually is really happy to get that communication and to be able to remove those so that he could move on. And he's actually going to a layer of the astral to go heal himself for a while. He's very funny and a delightful spirit. Yeah. And I'm going to do a healing for your family on the loss and a healing for everyone in the sanctuary on loss. And the first energy that's being released is out of the heart chakra here in the center of the chest. And it's a pain picture about not wanting or feeling like you can go on without a loved one. There's the emotions that happen when somebody leaves. Off the top of my mind, I can't think of the correct order, but I think it's anger, depression, sadness, and acceptance. I think that's what it is. And I'm actually watching all of those emotions come out. And one of the things about loss is really checking to see if you gave away some of your energy. And in the case of a loved one, losing a loved one, there's generally a lot of energy that's been exchanged. So I'm going to collect up your energy and bring it back into your body. And you're being filled in with a big gold sun. And the person that asked that question, your family got a blessing from Supreme Being that was really beautiful. It's a lot of gold energy spread throughout your family. Thank you very much for that request. All right, I'm going to go on to the next one. And this is a great one. In fact, this request, actually, the person who requested this is kind of psychic because it's something that I'm planning on doing in February, but I'm going to do a little of it right now. Here's the request. Can you check all of us for any lower beings or snakes? And that's actually something that's going to happen in February. I'm going to have an erasure event where I just clean out, and it's not just going to be me. I'm going to have some of my other psychic friends helping me, and we're going to do a big, massive clearing of destroy energy for everybody in the sanctuary. So that's coming up in February. So thank you for that request. And I'm going to do a little mini version of it right now for everyone. one of the things I'm seeing right now is that these low-level beings, because they're a low, heavy energy, when they get in your space and they start getting you into pictures, they drop you down into your lower body chakras. And it's hard to have your amusement in your lower body chakras. So it makes it that much harder to get out of the energy of those low-level beings. So we have some energetic techniques that we can use to really clear them. And you know what I think I'll do is ask my control, Jessica, at this time. Jessica, if you would handle the spiders, I'll handle the snakes. Thank you. Jessica's this secret person that I have behind the scenes helping us with the session. So that's who I was talking to just now. While we're doing this, some of you might feel some energy on top of your head. That's the energy of the beings coming out. Might feel like tingly, or some of you might feel heavy pressure. Okay. Good request. I'm going to fill in with a great big gold sun. That is exactly what we're going to do next month. We're going to take an evening, and I'm going to have a number of other healers doing erasures, and we're just going to clean out all of that nasty, junky, junk energy for everyone. So be on the lookout for my February announcements. And thank you for that request. All righty. I am checking for my other requests. Oh, I checked the wrong place. I have to look in my emails here. Sorry about that. Okay. I am not finding the one that I was looking for. Let me just look at the chat here. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. So here's another request. Sorry, I didn't bring my glasses. How can I make my astral more pleasant? Okay, thank you for that. The first thing that I see is that in the third chakra, which is in the solar plexus, that place where you actually get your information from the astral, there's sort of like these fuzzy, fibrous things in that space. I'm going to give you a healing on. So the place where you exit the body and then come back in every morning or every night and morning, there's some energy in that chamber that you pass through. That's what I'm going to do the healing on. And I will do it on the healing for the person that requested and also for everybody in the sanctuary tonight. Yeah, some of you might find that it's hard to go out and sleep deeply at night because you have some energy in this chamber that you have to pass through. And what I'm seeing, and this isn't going to be for everyone because I'm just seeing about 3 of them, but there are some entities or beings that affect some of you, which makes it a little nerve-wracking to go out at night if there's a being in your path to leave, or if there's a being blocking you when you try to come back in. So I'm showing those of you that have beings in that space where they are so you can move them out. To the person that asked that question, you also have a being in that space and it vibrates at a red, and I'm moving that out. I know I was quiet for a bit there. I had to concentrate. Okay, that looks a lot better now. I'm going to fill that in with gold. Remember, your 3rd chakra in your solar plexus is where your information on your dreams resides. Not up here, but in your solar plexus. So when you wake up in the morning, if you want to remember your dreams, you take the hand that you're the most comfortable with, mine's my right, and I kind of warm it up and then place it right there on the solar plexus. And you let the information from the solar plexus go into your hand chakra so that you can start to remember your dreams. It works. So that's my recommendation to you. All right. All right. Let me check this one other. Let's see. Okay. I love this one. What should I do about my mother and father? In a nutshell, they bring a Howard Stern show type drama. And I don't really want to talk to them, but I feel hugely guilty and don't know the best and highest thing to do. All right, that is an awesome question. And my first take on this is that we want to look at what you are resisting specifically about them, because that therein lies the lesson that you're working on with them. So let me take a look at this and give you a healing on it. There's a real resistance to their disinterest in growth, is what I see. And that is really a big part of what you're resisting. I'm going to give you a healing on the resistance that you have. And then I'm going to give everybody in the sanctuary a healing on any resistance they might have to a parent or both parents. To the person that asked this question, your resistance is really gritty and grainy. It's a little slow coming out. It's almost like you're holding on to it a bit. So I'm having to help you get out of resistance to the resistance that you're holding. There you go. And with everyone in the sanctuary, it's really kind of amusing, at least from where I sit, to watch the resistance to parents. It starts at the top of the head, and it's just kind of like wax melting off of your auras. It's just kind of grounding like that, and it's kind of a grayish white energy that I see coming out. The other thing I see too about the person that asked this question was an element of amusement, not to have an element of amusement, not necessarily the amusement that your parents are having, the kind that is really annoying you, but having your amusement about the situation. And I'm going to fill you up with gold. And I'm filling up the rest of you in the sanctuary with gold. All right. Good job. I like that one. Thank you. Okay, let me check here. Okay. I think my neck, whoops, let me see. I've got to read this. Okay, I would like a healing of other people's opinions, judgments, and the energy they may be throwing my way, and some protection for it. Okay, I like that one. That's good. So I'm going to give everybody a healing on judgment and fill you in with your own protection energy. That's a good one. Thank you. The judgment is coming out like an oily black energy, and there's also some deep dark green that to me is more like jealousy, female jealousy. The thing with judgment is that wherever it sticks in your space, you wind up having to answer to it. And what I mean by that is if somebody's energy is in your space judging you, when you go to do something, it's almost like you have that always nagging in the back of your mind. It may be an unconscious nagging where you're not even really consciously aware of it. But as long as that judgment energy is in your space, you're still answering to it. And that can be really limiting in your creative areas. So I'm really excited about this request. And what I love is as the judgment comes out, the self-recognition comes in. And that is coming in tonight at a really light orange gold. Good. That was nice. All right. Thank you. I got a message. Let's see. Here's a good question. What is the best way to cleanse out an old partner, former partner's energy from your space and your soul? My answer to that would be to take that partner up to a space called the threshold and look at your original spiritual agreements that you have with that partner and Supreme Being. And then let Supreme Being work with the two of you to bring those into present time where you can separate them. For right now, I will do a healing on helping you separate your energy, like from energetic body to energetic body. But that would be my suggestion, would be to look at your original spiritual agreements with your partner at a space called the threshold. Now, the threshold it's an energetic space. It's between the death of your last life and the birth of this lifetime. So it's just space. But what that space represents is a neutral ground where you can go and look at all of your agreements that you've made for this lifetime. And you can look at them neutrally. And so your agreements with that partner and all the things that you planned will be much easier to view in that space prior to this lifetime and before and after the last lifetime. So I'm just going to do a regular healing right now, as I said, to help you separate. One of the things that I'm seeing as I do this healing work to remember is that when you separate from a partner, there are many, many other people involved, especially if it's been a long relationship. So a lot of the energy that you find that you have to handle while you're going through the breakup or the separation or the divorce is other people's energy, other family members, friends, people who are shaken up or disturbed by the separation. So that's also the healing I'm going to be doing. And the healing that I'm going to do for the group is clearing the energy of old relationships. Wow, that was like unleashing a tornado of the energy from past relationships. That is still coming out. Yeah, when you've had a long relationship, it's sort of like very interwoven. So it's sort of like having to pull different pieces apart in order to get that separation. There are different layers and pictures that have to be worked in order for that separation to happen. But the person who asked this question, I helped you separate your energy from your soon to be ex-partner, and to the group. Cleared that energy. And I'm going to go ahead and fill that in with gold. And to the person that asked this question, when I was telling you could go to the threshold, that's something you can do in a meditation in your private space, is just do a meditation, find a space of peace and then do the work at the threshold. Okay, thank you for that question. All right, let me check. Okay. I think I've gone through all my questions that have been texted to me. So does anybody have another question? Oh my gosh, it's already 7:30. That went like that. Okay, so I didn't realize I was already at the end of this. I will just take a brief moment to remind you that there is a healing in the sanctuary next. I better check the calendar here. Next Tuesday night, that is the next step healing to help everybody take their next step for 2021 and clear all the energy, obstacles, and blocks that may be laying in front of you. So that's coming up. And then on February 4th, I know I already have a women's intuition class scheduled for releasing responsibility. And we're going to be doing that in using different techniques. When I do the classes, they're a little different than the events, the free events that I do, because in the classes, we can take 3 times the time and really dig down and go down different layers and really get some healing work done, some real serious healing work done. And so if you see a women's intuition class on a topic that you like, you might consider taking one of those, because we have a little bit more time in the hour and a half to get down and dig down into those layers. So that's coming up. And those classes are $50 if you are not a member, and $30 if you are a member of the Soul Sanctuary. And I will be coming out with my February classes and events towards the end of the month. And again, keep your eyes peeled for that class that I'm going to do on clearing destroy energy. I am so excited about that. And it's going to be a wonderful healing. So be ready for that. Thank you for joining me tonight so much. I look forward to seeing you all in person, once this whole COVID thing is over. I would love to see you all. All right. Have a great night tonight. Got my eyes on you. Bye-bye.